Hey, South Florida. We're taking a look at your roads right now. I'm showing you a live look at I-95. Take a look at those southbound lanes. This is near Ives Dairy Road. You can see that things are moving very slowly out there. You did just have a broken down car after the Golden Glades interchange that has since cleared, but those delays are obviously still persisting. Your northbound lane's getting pretty busy too. Let's take you out to your map so you can see all of that area I was just showing you. Those delays start even further back. So they start all the way at Pembroke Road going south on 95, and you can see that it just starts to build up, and you saw what is near Ives Dairy Road. Let's take you a little further down south so you can see here turnpike going northbound as you approach Southwest 288th Street. Also some very heavy delays. Take US 1 instead. Be safe.
About to crank up the heat.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Julie, you know what? We were talking about this at the top of the show, and that is the heat does not like to let South Florida go.
No.
Not even one bit.
No, like we said, even in our winter months, it's still hot. Nothing like this, though. This has just been the summer of humidity. I like to say that even though it's been hot, we haven't had that many records. Yesterday, we tied a record high, but it's been pretty hard for us to get those records. What it has been is just humid, and we've been having these heat advisories, and you're feeling it again today as you walk out the door. Heat indices expected to reach 105 to 110 degrees for 2 consecutive hours. So Broward and Miami-Dade under heat advisory starting at 11 till 6 p.m. Looking beautiful out there, though. Our tower cameras pushing west, so pushing east rather, and that's where we are seeing all the cloud cover, because west we're seeing clear skies and dry conditions, a little bit of that Saharan dust too. Temperatures upper 70s and lower 80s, feeling like the 90s in Marathon and the mid to upper 80s elsewhere. Showers possible this afternoon thanks to the sea breeze. Those showers will start to pop just after 2, and then we'll see them pushing towards the metro coastal areas. So I'll be with you in the car line. Make sure you have the rain gear. The kids don't need it this morning, they just need the extra bottle of water, and then we will see those afternoon storms. The rain that I've been watching over Key Biscayne has diminished, so I'm not worried about that affecting the kids as they're headed to the bus stop this morning, unless you're in Saddle Bunch Key or possibly right by No Name Key. Look at the Saharan dust. It continues to filter in. A very thin layer this morning, but a thicker layer is over the Bahamas. Let's go to the tropical update. We are still watching Tropical Storm Ferdinand. The system has winds at 45 miles per hour, moving east at 12. It will become a remnant low, losing its tropical characteristics by tomorrow morning. More on our long weekend forecast coming up.
Can't wait to hear more about what the weekend's going to look like, South Florida. Today, Wednesday morning, 7:33. Things are moving pretty slowly out there. We're looking at I-95 at Miami Gardens Drive. You can see your southbound lanes are moving much slower than your northbound lanes. It's pretty bumper to bumper out there. Let's take you to your map so you can see. You see all that red right there. It starts around Pembroke Road, and then it continues into the Golden Glades interchange. You clear up for a moment, and then it keeps getting worse. Take 441 if that's part of your commute. Let's take you to an area that we're also seeing some heavy delays. This is a little further down south. This is the turnpike going northbound as you approach Southwest 152nd Street. And as you move even further to the Don Shula, you can see that these delays start all the way down south near Southwest 288th Street. If you take a look at all of that red, that is definitely not something you want to be sitting in. But if you look at US 1, which is headed the same direction, it's much clearer. You do have some pockets of delays there, but it definitely looks better going northbound. So that's what I recommend for you if you're headed northbound in this area. Let's take you over to one more thing. Broward County right here. We want to show you some delays that you're seeing. This is the turnpike going northbound as you approach Hollywood Boulevard. Nothing to be too concerned about. Once you get past it, you're in the green. Be safe.
All right, South Florida, we were talking about the record highs yesterday. 94 degrees in Miami was the official high, which tied the record set back in 2011. Since then, we're going to heat up today. We're going to have that heat advisory that starts at 11 until 6 p.m. Rain chances finally returned to the forecast, helping us out, getting us out of these heat advisories and these heat indices for the long holiday weekend. But not for today. Heat advisory is in place. 105 to 110 degrees is expected for a temperature for 2 hours or longer, starting at 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Heat advisory is being met because we are going to see the heat index around 105 to 110. It's going to be a hot day, so stay hydrated. Limit your time outdoors if you can. If you do work outdoors, make sure you're taking breaks. And right around 12 to 3 o'clock is when we're going to see our best chance of storms. I think today it might even be a little delayed, so maybe take breaks more inside from 12 to 3. Temperatures upper 70s and lower 80s right now. It looks fantastic out there. Look at those clear skies out west, but then we have those cloudy skies east right over the Atlantic. Dew points mid to upper 70s, feels like temperatures in the mid to upper 80s and low 90s. We had some showers by the Keys. That rain has now diminished, and now we are seeing dry conditions by Saddle Bunch Key. Key West also seeing mostly dry conditions too. Widening view, we got that Saharan dust moving in from the south. We have a stalled out front to the north of us. And boy, a lot of the nation enjoying fall-like weather. Just not us. Anywhere from the Pacific Northwest all the way to the Midwest, to the Great Lakes, to the Northeast and the Southeast. For us, we'll stay ahead of this frontal boundary that's going to keep us hot, keep us very humid, and keep our temperatures in the 80s and 70s for morning lows, while behind us in Pittsburgh, New York, Boston, lows in the 50s and 60s. At least the panhandle of Florida is going to be dealing with very low humidity. That's a very comfortable start, even though their temperatures aren't too cool, but they're dry. Moisture content stays high for us. Satellite and radar composites showed that, and now our in-house model is showing that by the afternoon, those storms will push to the east, coming in from the west. And guess what? Going into tomorrow, that front stalls out again. We stay on the stormy side of things going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Long holiday weekend calling for on and off storms. A few dry times, but look, our in-house model is pulling about 2 inches of rain by Labor Day. If you want to head to the beach, low risk of rip currents for beachgoers, boaters. The bays will be at a light chop. For you in the Keys, also looking good. So I do suggest some beach and boating today before the storms do roll in. You have all day to do so. Highs will be in the 90s. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Have a great day, South Florida.
Alrighty, South Florida, taking a look at your roads. I have a live look for you at I-95 here at Miami Gardens Drive. North and southbound lanes. Southbound moving much slower than your northbound lanes, but let's take you over to your map so I can show you what that looks like. You can see all those southbound lanes starting to slow down, your northbound lanes a little bit too. Another area we're seeing some delays right here is the turnpike going northbound. It is just a very, very long stretch of delays starting at Southwest 288th Street all the way till you reach the Don Shula, approaching the Kendall area. You can see all that red right there. Take US 1 instead. You can see US 1 looks a lot better. Just some small delays in US 1. Let's take you over to another area where we're seeing some delays as well for you, Broward County. This right here is north and southbound on 95 near Davie Boulevard. You can see that you have very similar situation here. Nothing too crazy, but definitely things moving slowly in those areas. 33 miles per hour. Once you get past it on both sides, you're in the green. Let's take you over to some drive times here. Broward 595 going eastbound. It'll take you 19 to 9 minutes to get you where you need to go. Be safe.
Let's get a look at your weather. Julie, what you giggling about?
Well, I have a beautiful sunrise for you. I thought I was a little closer, so I wanted to like really embrace the sunrise. So here's what it looked like this morning, starting off dark and early, and here comes that sun. What a beautiful shot, right? We had a lot of lightning offshore in Miami, and then as we saw our forecast showing that sunrise and breaking through those clouds, a lot of the clouds, again, Alexis, Eric, South Florida, was well offshore, and we're also seeing that Saharan dust. But if we had a camera to the west, there's nothing but clear skies since we started today. That's going to help heat us up, putting our heat indices well into the criteria of a heat advisory. We'll start this at 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. 105 to 110 degrees is what we're going to be dealing with 2 hours or longer. Temperatures already in the low to mid 80s. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Key West feels like temperatures in the 90s in the Keys, mid to upper 80s elsewhere. So we got through those morning showers, and by the afternoon, we'll see those storms rolling towards the metro coastal areas. It'll be another hot, humid afternoon. Starting off the day, those kids making it to the bus stop just fine right now, and then we'll see the storms as we're picking them up from school and in the car lane. Rain free for now over Key Biscayne and in towards the Keys after those morning downpours. Checking out that Saharan dust continuing to linger just off our coastline and right over the Bahamas. Tropical updates in. We are continuing to watch Tropical Storm Ferdinand. This system winds at 45 miles per hour racing to the east at 14 miles per hour. Expected to be a remnant low by tonight into tomorrow. More on our local forecast. I've got it coming up.
All right, thank you, Julie, to our queen of weather. South Florida, we're taking a look at our roads now. I-95 going north and southbound near Northwest 62nd Street. That's what we're looking at right now. You just had an accident here in your southbound lanes that has since cleared. It was causing some extra delays for you to the delays you already had. You can see that pocket of red right there. We'll take you a little closer to where this accident was. You can see that the buildup is still there, but it has since cleared as you just saw that live look. Things looking good out there, but moving slowly as 9 miles per hour. So you can take 441 if you'd like to avoid this area altogether. Let's take you to another area. We're seeing some delays. Dolphin Expressway going eastbound just after the Palmetto Expressway. Not looking too good. Take the Airport Expressway if you'd like to avoid this. Another area in Broward County, a little further north here that we're seeing some delays. I-595 going eastbound as you approach Flamingo Road. Your alternate here would be State Road 84 to avoid this. It's not too bad though. I will leave you with some drive times. 595 going eastbound, Miami Miami-Dade and Broward. I should let you know that you guys have no accidents right now. That's great news. So it'll take you about 21 minutes from I-75 to US 1 and about 9 from University Drive to US 1. Be safe.
Let's get a look at how things are shaping up for us outside, because the weather has been as bipolar as it can be. It'll be bright and sunny, then a storm just in the middle of the day.
And relentlessly all throughout the day, Julie, is the heat.
Yep.
Record high
Regardless,
tide.
yeah.
Yes, yesterday I talked about it and it really happened. 94 was our official high in Miami. Eric, Alexis in South Florida. 94's old record was 2011. Do want you to know we tied it. We are not expecting a record high today. The record's 97. I really hope we don't get that high because I'm going with 93 again. But it will be hot. It will be humid, and that's why we are under that heat advisory. Heat indices 105 to 110 degrees expected for 2 hours or longer, and then we'll see those afternoon storms. That peak heating of the day actually helps sparks the sea breeze storms, and with our upper level wind direction pushing them from west to east, we see a better chance of storms in our forecast again this afternoon. And then a real wet weather pattern starts to move in for the long holiday weekend. Look at these rain chances. We go from 40% to 60% Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday. As for today, we worry about the heat indices 105 to 110 degrees. We have met the criteria expected this afternoon for at least 2 hours. So one reminder, take breaks inside, stay hydrated, limit your outdoor activities just after lunchtime to 3. I think just around 3 is when our storms are going to start to develop anyway. So listen to your body and take your breaks inside. But a live look outside, you heard me mention all morning long our tower cameras are pointed to the east. So it looked cloudy and it's hazy, but as we look to the west, you can see there's not a cloud in the sky. Still hazy though, thanks to that Saharan dust. Wind starting to make that transition in from the northeast to the east, and that's going to be a big component to our weather pattern going into the end of the week. Dew points mid to upper 70s. Our feels like temperatures in the 90s and the upper 80s. As for showers, we had a few showers around by the lower Keys earlier this morning. That has diminished. Same with Key Biscayne. So now all the shower activity is associated with this frontal boundary located just to the north of us. Now to the south of us, we have all that Saharan dust. So we're kind of combined in between, sandwiched between two areas where they're seeing some wonderful fall-like weather. What a teaser is across parts of the Midwest, to the south, to the northeast. Out west, they're still dealing with some moisture content due to that low, and they're dealing with still some heat and some heat advisories. Temperatures, check it out. We've got the 50s and 60s from the Midwest to the north, to the northeast, and to the south. Dew points even cool enough over the panhandle of Florida. Oh, so refreshing and comfortable. But it really feels like fall from Atlanta all the way to Boston, not just today, but also leading into the long holiday weekend. If you want some relief from the heat and the humidity we've been enduring for months, head to the panhandle of Florida. Their dew points are in the 50s. That's fantastic with that drier air. Moisture for us stays intact, and that's because that frontal boundary keeps everything trapped right here over South Florida. And then we have the development of the sea breeze adding to the influence of the showers and storms. Each day we'll expect a better chance of storms in the forecast leading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For the long holiday weekend, we've got a 60% chance of on and off storms, maybe a few dry times by Monday, but overall accumulating between Friday to Monday about 2 inches of rain in some areas. Headed to the beach, low risk of currents for beachgoers, boaters. The bays will be at a light chop for you in the Keys. Near shore waters at a light chop as well. 7-day forecast. It's hot, it's humid today. It's all about the heat advisory, afternoon storms, and then we increase the chance of storms by the end of the week.
South Florida, taking a look at your roads. I'm Annaliese Garcia with another update for you guys this morning. It's 8:20 on this Wednesday morning, and things are busy, busy, busy out here. Take a look. You've got a pretty colorful map here. Let's take you to an accident that seems to be clearing up right now. This is on the Don Shula going southbound. It's the ramp to 88th Street where this accident happened. The off ramp has a right lane blocked, which is causing you some minor delays, but it seems to be clearing up, so you're in the clear if you're in that area. Another area we're seeing some delays here because of a broken down car is I-95 going southbound. It's just after Northwest 125th Street. You do have a right lane block there, so you can see all that orange build up there. Your alternate here would be US 441. Across the board, 95 going southbound, you guys have heavy delays. So definitely take 441 if that's part of your commute at this hour. Let's take you over to some drive times. Broward County, you guys are accident free, not necessarily incident free, and I'll bring you some more details on that in a few. But 595 going eastbound, it'll take you about 19 to 9 minutes to get you where you need to go. Be safe out there.
All right, Annaliese. Well, many